Oh yes, guys, we're back with another one. Today, we're going to talk about SEI, the layer one blockchain that everybody thought was absolutely dead on arrival, has been on a tear the past few months, up 667%. We're going to talk about why many people are calling this the next Solana. But most importantly, we're going to look at the ecosystem and talk about how we can make money in this ecosystem. And before we do jump into that though, guys, it's never a dull day here in crypto land. The market's just nuked. We're going to take a look at this news that caused the Bitcoin price to fall all the way down and hit $40,000. And we're going to discuss if that's legit or not. So let's dive into it, guys. Here is the report. And just so you guys know, this is from Matrixport. Now, as you can see, our favorite analyst over here at Bloomberg Intelligence, the exact same day, Matrix reports Bitcoin spot ETF approval imminent. Bitcoin jumped to $50,000. The exact same day, why the SEC will reject Bitcoin spot ETF again. And this is the one that all the media decides to pick up. And of course, this absolutely liquidated everybody who was long. Largest total market liquidation event since the uptrend of $25,000 began in August. Largest alts liquidation event in 2 years, brought to you by Matrixport intern. So hopefully these guys, this is some severe market manipulation going on here, guys. Just so you know, Eric from, we just talked about, he says, people are tagging me like crazy on this rejection report. We have heard nothing to indicate anything but approval, but I want to give the guy benefit of the doubt. So I'm asking if he has any sources or if he's just speculating. He seems to be a Bitcoin bull and recently tweeted executives said approval likely, so unsure why he flipped. And you can see Meta Lawman, who's obviously an attorney studied at Vanderbilt Law. He says that if the SEC were to deny all spot Bitcoin ETFs, the applicants would immediately sue the District Court of Appeals, would again rule that the SEC is arbitrary and capricious. The SEC gave every reason they had for denying Grayscale and lost. I expect multiple approvals on January 10th or before. I fall in this camp, guys. I fall in the camp that this was just complete FUD and market manipulation. But actually, before we get into this, we need to talk about, last thing here is, at this point, saying the SEC rejecting isn't just going against what James and I, like it was in the early days. Now you're basically saying multiple mainstream news reporters with multiple sources on the inside of this also have it wrong too. Not saying it's impossible. Again, we're only at 90%, but it overturns a lot of good intel. So this is likely just FUD, but we need to look at the strong performers, right? And this is SEI. So after this nuke happened, what bounced back the strongest? SEI and Arbitrum. But SEI here actually hit all-time highs after this. And so we need to look at where the market is showing us is the strongest. And as you can see, one of our favorite Twitter accounts here, Hasaka, says that his bag is hitting all-time highs. So where is SEI actually? So we're sitting here just below 3% below its all-time highs. And I believe it just touched it just a little bit ago, actually. I don't know if this is picking up on CoinGecko, but anyway, a very, very, very strong performer here, sitting at $1.7 billion market cap with no major unlocks set to happen until the end of 2024. So market cap is what we're going to look at here, which still has probably a lot of room to go to the upside. Of course, the SEI ecosystem still has a lot to prove, but there's a lot of reasons to be very, very bullish here. So what is SEI? SEI is a layer one blockchain that is focused on parallelization. Now, parallelization is what we hear a lot about when we go and look at like the new MacBook or the new whatever. And so they talk about parallel processing, right? In multiple computers, processing multiple things at one time. And the days of singular processing for blockchain are behind us, I believe. We're going to start looking at everything that can do parallel processing. This is like Aptos, SUI, SEI, Solana, things like that. So they're claiming to be the fastest layer one blockchain out there, and we all want fast and cheap. So they have 380 millisecond finality, 20,000 TPS, 100 million transactions on the testnet, and mainnet is actually out now. So we have a lot of very, very big backers on SEI as well. Multicoin, Coinbase, Jump, Delphi Digital, HRT, GSR, and many others. In fact, there's also many more, I think, that aren't on here. I don't remember the other names, but basically a few more big institutions are behind this as well. So they have also what I really like too, the twin turbo consensus. And if you like cars, you like twin turbos. So the fastest built blockchain in industry unlocked by twin turbo consensus with low transaction costs and industry leading throughput. Modern applications require modern performance and scalability. So, and then of course they're comparing themselves to Solana. Now, we don't even need to compare it to Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's ridiculous. But when we compare it to Solana, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Now, they're saying that they have 20,000 TPS and Solana has 10,000. Now, remember, we've done videos on Solana talking about Fire Dancer and how Fire Dancer will increase Solana's throughput to 1 million TPS or something like that. So this isn't actually necessarily, this is Solana's current TPS, but when Fire Dancer goes main, it'll be dramatically different. But finality, so people that I've talked to that have been using SEI, I haven't used it yet, say that it just feels so fast, like a Web 2 application, like almost nothing's processing on blockchain, which is actually nice. Even when we're doing transactions on Solana, you still have to wait that 2.5 seconds, which feels a little bit laggy. It does, and so I'm actually very, very interested to start playing around with SEI and see how it feels. People want something that feels very, very fast, right? We don't want to be sitting here waiting. I can't stand waiting. That's why I just bought a brand new maxed out MacBook with the Max M3 chip, 128 gigs of RAM, and just the Max because I want instant. I hate waiting for things. So the project has raised $80 million from tier 1 VCs, and so you need a good war chest when you're building a layer 1 blockchain. And Rex Fencer says, how's it different? Fastest blockchain with twin turbo consensus. Parallels processing for lightning fast transactions without sacrificing security or stability. Secure and scalable with the fastest transaction finality, support large dApps. And then Rex Fencer, this is what we've been hearing a lot lately, is like why SEI could be the next Solana. With integration of SEI v2, SEI will incorporate a backward compatible ETH execution environment. This will allow ETH and layer 2 applications to deploy on SEI easily, making it accessible to users who use MetaMask. This is really, really important here, guys. This is actually why I would be quite bullish on this. Now, SEI is built in the Cosmos ecosystem. Now, we are all bullish, very, very, very bullish in Cosmos. You know that if you're a subscriber on the channel. But to be able to easily just port your Ethereum dApp over to SEI is very, very interesting to be able to use it with MetaMask, right? And so this will compete, of course, with fast layer 2s, but it's a layer 1. And there's also a big debate going on right now in the community as well. Like, if we can have cheap, fast, efficient layer 1s, do we need or want to go to layer 2, right? And so this is going to be interesting to find out. But you can see that with SEI v2, actually very, very fast EVM performance or Ethereum type transactions with Solidity. So when this comes out, this could be absolutely massive. Like I said, it still has a lot to prove. So how do you get involved using SEI? Well, Compass Wallet is the one that you're going to want to use. So you have to install Compass, and the best way to get your assets over into Compass is just to buy SEI on a SEX. It's on most exchanges, Binance, every major exchange basically it's listed on. And well, not everyone yet. I guess it says it's not on Bybit yet, but I think it is. Anyway, so next we have so where are we? So SEI is a Cosmos native blockchain. And the first step to becoming eligible for future airdrops in the ecosystem is to stake some SEI. So I'm going to make a document for you guys and put it in the description below. You guys can just click on it. It'll have the link to these tweets and how you guys can get involved in the SEI ecosystem. It's always good. You never know how much these airdrops. So if you have some extra time, it might be worth it to get yourself some SEI. Now, do I think that SEI is going to be, a 50x in this? No, I don't think so. Although it could, considering, let's see, so SEI is at, let's see, it's not going to catch up to Solana in this bull run. I highly doubt it, right? But if it did, it would be like a 30x from here. And maybe it's possible, actually, right? Considering that, Solana is likely to go up another 5 to 10x in this bull run. So possibly, so if you want to get involved, a good way would be to get yourself some SEI and go stake it. And then you'll be eligible for a lot of the upcoming airdrops that are going to happen. So, just go to this link here, app.sei, stake, connect your wallet, click on stake, select the amount you want to stake, and delegate. That's it. Pretty simple. We'll put this in the description below. The on-chain tools that you guys need to use for SEI, because it's in Cosmos. So Astroport is the leading DEX in Cosmos. This is the DeFi DEX that you can use swapping for SEI. CoinHall is the SEI native DEX screener. And SEI Scan is like the Ether scan of SEI as well. So, and Sandra says, shiny new coin, undergoing price discovery on low volume weekend. No unlocks until August 24th. That's important to note. That's why we're looking at market cap and not fully diluted valuation. It's parallelized EVM chain with a token. Could be a huge catalyst leading up to the launch of SEI V2. SEIYAN meme cultish community like Bonk. Levered bet on SEI. Price action confirms the narrative. And it's clear with SEI that interest in the chain is exploding. It's very, very clear that interest is exploding in SEI here. So we're going to get into that in just a bit. So what is SEILOR? SEILOR is, so Gold says, my bet on SEILOR hinges on the fact that SEI is going to be one of the most hyped projects in 2024. It's a $13 million market cap. Actually, right now it's about 15.5. It's listed on Bybit. It's a leading staking protocol for SEI. The ticker, also SEILOR, quite ironic, like Michael Saylor. Small unit bias. People like when a coin is cheap, right? So if we go look at SEILOR, actually right now it's, it's not $1 or $10. It's 7 cents. So small unit bias is important. This is my next big bit after Bonk. Downside is beyond minuscule. Upside is just completely out of this world. And so we're going to look at that in just a second here. So this is the liquid staking. It's like Lido or like Jito as well. We covered that as well. So also what you could do is you can get some SEI and launch the app, and then you can go do liquid staking. And this is just like Lido. And so our bet here is like, what is the upside here? So we're looking at a $15.5 million market cap. Fully diluted is actually very, very cheap too. And look, there's not a lot of volume. So in my opinion, this is still severely undercovered right now, undervalued. And so it's only, sitting at a $15 million. Some of the comparisons we can look at is Lido at $2.7 billion from $15 million, or something that's, if we're looking at the Solana, if we're saying SEI is a Solana of this bull run, which is a stretch in my opinion, but maybe it can be somewhere close to that. We're still looking at an easy 10, 20, 30x in the bull run, maybe even more, because again, this is Jito right now, which is the equivalent on Solana, in this pre-bull run market. This thing still probably has 10, 20, 30x. So for SEILOR, I think this thing has, this thing has easily 20, 30, 40x in this bull run, in my opinion. This is probably one of the best, easiest plays, much more upside potential than buying SEI itself, in my opinion. I'm definitely going to be buying a bag of this myself. It's a no-brainer at 15 million, in my opinion. And so Yaka is one of the DEXs on SEI, and they're also going to be doing a launchpad. And but of course, as you guys know, my launchpad is paid network, paid ignition. And once SEI V2 comes out and we can do EVM, we will also be integrating SEI into paid ignition as well. That's an obvious no-brainer. And one of the things that we need, and so this is also, RectFencer is a good account to follow, at RectFencer, if you're looking for the SEI ecosystem information here. And NFT collections also, so you see the NFT ecosystem starting to grow on SEI as well. This is all very, very nascent, right? Very, very new coming into this. And so the new ecosystems are where the money is made. It still has a lot to prove, but there's so much upside in these new ecosystems, and we can see already the strength here. And so we kind of know this is like a lower risk type of opportunity here with a lot of upside. And if you're interested in the meme coin of SEI, It's SEIYAN, and this is so this is like the bonk, right? And it's sitting here right now, you know, at 4.6 cents, and with a fully diluted valuation of $48 million. So if you're bullish on the SEI ecosystem and you want exposure to the meme coin, and I think that meme coins, you know, we'll see how much. I'm starting to see a lot more capital flow back into the serious coins, but it's hard to say because we've been, you know, had a pretty red market over the past few days. So it's really hard to see when the market comes back strong, how these things will perform. You know, things like Solana meme coins are down a lot, with Solana being down as well. But in my opinion, this is also probably a pretty good buy to pick up if SEI takes off, and if it is what people are expecting it to be, a massive competitor in 2024, then this thing will fly. Eventually, we'll hit $1 billion market cap. And guys, that is going to be the intro into SEI. I think, again, that this Kryptonite or this SEILOR token is the best bet out of all of them. But again, there'll be a guide in the description below. I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye-bye.